Well, I'm upset, really, like deep down in my heart. Oh, man. Oh.
It doesn't look like he has any major injuries. He's true, and that would be fantastic, and obviously be a very lucky boy if that was the case. But we hope that is the case.
Happened at Nigeria. It's just sad. It just makes you realise how valuable life is and how things can change in a heart.
Anthony Joshua speaks out from hospital after shocking car crash. Back from the hospital, Anthony Joshua appeared completely shattered, openly mourning the tragic loss of his close friends. Overcome with grief and anger at himself, he shared his heartbreak with raw, unfiltered emotion, showing the shocking personal toll the accident has had on him.
It was just from the heart, right? I knew I was mad, like, at myself, not anyone. Just
Anthony Joshua, tears streaming, described the shocking impact of the car crash that nearly took everything from him. He reflected on the terrifying reality of the accident, the loss of his closest friends, and how surviving such a moment leaves deep scars. His vulnerability shows the true cost of life-altering tragedy, even for a superstar.
it comes at a cost, like big cost, and like sometimes it'll never break me, but it takes real strength.
Johnny Nelson reacted with deep shock to Anthony Joshua's horrific accident, emphasizing how quickly life can change. While mourning the tragic loss of AJ's friends, he reminded everyone that real-life events outweigh any fight or rivalry. Nelson's words offered heartfelt encouragement, showing support for Joshua and highlighting the strength it takes to survive such a devastating ordeal.
That we heard happened at Nigeria. It's just sad. It just makes you realise how valuable life is and how things can change in a heartbeat. So when we talk about fights and we talk about beefs and these things are just nothing when it comes to real life and losing your life. So it was a sad thing to hear, a sad thing to see. God knows how it'll affect those that saw it mentally, emotionally, but you've got to think about these two men who were somebody's child, someone's brother, and that's what you've got to think about, those people that have lost their lives.
Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua's promoter, spoke with a mix of relief and urgency regarding AJ's shocking car accident. He confirmed that thankfully, Joshua doesn't appear to have suffered any major injuries, calling him a very lucky man. Beyond the update, Hearn's words carried heartfelt encouragement, urging Joshua to stay strong and keep fighting through this traumatic moment.
At Nigeria, it's just sad. It just makes you realise how valuable life is and how things can change in a heartbeat. So when we talk about fight,
John Fury was visibly shaken hearing Anthony Joshua's first words after the hospital. Shocked by the gravity of the accident, Fury expressed relief that AJ survived and urged him to stay safe. His reaction underscores the terrifying reality AJ faced and highlights just how miraculous it was that he came through alive.
AJ, you're one lucky lad. God bless you. I'm glad you're alive again. Shocked me, it has. Terrible. Anyway, good luck everybody and try and enjoy the new year as much as you can and be safe.
Gareth A. Davies highlighted the sheer danger of the road where Anthony Joshua's accident occurred. Tying it to AJ's first words from the hospital, Davies emphasized how lucky he was to survive. The incident serves as a chilling reminder that life can change in an instant, leaving fans in the boxing world anxious for updates and answers.
A horrific accident that's happened on a very dangerous stretch of road.
Sonny Faz reflected on the shocking reality AJ revealed in his first words after the hospital. Almost losing his life and his closest friends, Joshua's near-death experience puts everything into perspective. It's a stark reminder that no fame or fortune can shield anyone from life's sudden devastating tragedies.
2 weeks ago, this guy's in front of the whole world. Netflix, millions of dollars, breaks Jake Paul's jaw in 2 places. Decides to go back to Nigeria, almost dies. 2 of his closest friends pass away in the accident. You never know what days you're left.
Pain Game reminded fans how dramatically life changed for Anthony Joshua in an instant. From celebrating massive success to being pulled from a wrecked car, AJ's first words from the hospital revealed his heartbreak and shock. The near-death experience underlines how fragile life is, even for a global superstar at the peak of his career.
He was on top of the world. Apparently he'd pocketed $92 million from his Jake Paul fight. The American audience was in love with him. His star was bigger than ever. And then just yesterday we see footage like this of AJ being pulled from the wreckage in a situation where if he'd just sat on the other side of the car, they wouldn't have been pulling him out alive. There's no way he would have survived. And it puts everything into perspective, this. It really...
Frank Warren, one of boxing's most respected promoters, reacted with a mix of shock and concern following Anthony Joshua's harrowing car accident. Warren highlighted the gravity of the situation, acknowledging the tragic loss of AJ's friends and the narrow margin between life and death. From a professional standpoint, he emphasized the human side of the sport, reminding fans and fighters alike that even elite athletes are vulnerable to life-changing events outside the ring. His measured response balances personal empathy with industry insight, underlining the importance of safety, support, and the psychological impact such a traumatic incident can have on a fighter who has faced the world's toughest opponents. Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua's promoter, spoke with clarity and authority about the immediate aftermath of the accident. He stressed the importance of prioritizing AJ's medical care and the well-being of his family, highlighting the unseen pressures athletes face off the ring. Hearn's perspective reflects his experience managing world-class fighters, combining compassion with professionalism. By emphasizing support and vigilance, he reassures fans that Joshua is in capable hands. Hearn's commentary also underscores the responsibility promoters carry beyond organizing fights, demonstrating the vital role they play in ensuring athletes' physical and emotional recovery after life-altering events like this horrific crash.
For them and the family, anything they need, you know, sometimes when someone is a star, they have a lot of things in their life taken care of for them. So you really have to move into that mode in this situation as well. Make sure obviously they're getting the best medical attention, make sure their family are safe and happy and as happy as can.
Pain Game provided a vivid breakdown of the physical toll Anthony Joshua likely endured following the crash. From a boxing analyst perspective, he highlighted how AJ's body, conditioned to absorb extreme punishment, faced a different kind of trauma in a car accident. Pain Game emphasized the need for careful medical handling, warning against the risks of exacerbating injuries. This insight bridges the gap between fighting resilience and real-world vulnerability, showing fans that surviving an accident is not just luck, but also requires expert care. His commentary underscores the extraordinary physical and psychological challenges AJ now faces in recovery, far beyond anything experienced inside the squared circle.
Through such a severe car accident there, like, alright, he's lucky enough to still be alive, but fuck me, his body must be going through a lot right there. This is not a man who winces in pain easily, right? He gets punched for a living. And obviously, like, you're supposed to take people out of car accidents like that with great care because you don't want to make...
Liam Goff provided a sobering account of the tragic accident that left Anthony Joshua physically injured and two of his close friends dead. From a boxing analyst's viewpoint, this incident is a stark reminder of the unpredictability of life, even for world-class athletes accustomed to high-risk scenarios in the ring. Goff emphasized the emotional and psychological impact such a loss can have, highlighting the grief Joshua must be navigating while also recovering physically. The accident underscores how quickly life can change, putting victories, fame, and fortune into perspective.
Anthony Joshua injured in car accident. Two people who I believe were with Anthony Joshua were friends of his have tragically passed away. Before I carry on reading the article, the two people who have tragically passed, my condolences is all I can say to their friends and families. We'll definitely offer up some.
Alexander Usyk's reaction captures the depth of shock and grief the boxing world is feeling after Anthony Joshua's accident. Usyk emphasized not just the loss of life, but the personal connection Joshua had with his friends who tragically passed away, highlighting the human side behind the fighter. His heartfelt condolences show the genuine respect and bond between top fighters outside the ring. Usyk's message also underscores the solidarity within the boxing community, supporting AJ's recovery physically and emotionally. From an analyst's perspective, this reaction frames the accident as a moment that transcends sport, reminding fans that champions are human, susceptible to tragedy, and reliant on their inner strength and support network to endure such life-altering events.
Alexander Usyk said, "This is an unbelievable loss. Sinna Atlatif are two incredible people who were not only part of AJ's team, but also friends. My sincere condolences to their families, loved ones, and everyone who knew them. Anthony Joshua, wishing you a speedy recovery. Stay strong.
Showbiz The Adults reporting provides a clear account of the shocking accident while emphasizing the uncertainty surrounding some details. From a boxing analyst's perspective, the focus on Joshua's survival is crucial. His career and life hung by a thread, and every update matters to fans and the boxing community alike. The mention of prayers reflects the gravity of the situation and the emotional toll it takes, not only on AJ but also on his friends and family. Analysts would note that such incidents can have long-term physical and psychological consequences for a fighter, highlighting the importance of careful medical attention. This reporting keeps the public informed while respecting the seriousness of the tragedy and framing Joshua's recovery as the central story.
I think Joshua's SUV struck the stationary truck. So I just want to give you guys the breaking news. Unfortunately, Anthony Joshua was involved in a car accident in Nigeria. Prayers to Anthony A.J. Joshua and his family, and prayers to
Garetha Davies contextualizes Anthony Joshua's accident against his recent career choices, including the high-risk fight with Jake Paul. He highlights Joshua's professionalism and resilience, noting how AJ managed his obligations with class despite personal and physical challenges. From an analyst's standpoint, the crash underscores the fragility of even the most disciplined athletes, whose lives are full of calculated risks both inside and outside the ring. Davies' insight also reminds fans that fighters must navigate public expectations, personal safety, and career momentum simultaneously. Joshua's survival and his first words from the hospital now serve as a testament to his strength and mindset, illustrating that even in tragedy, his focus and determination remain intact, and the boxing world watches closely as he recovers.
It's a very interesting and germane points you make there in this moment, Raheem. That I think what I've noticed, that obviously there were a kind of panoply of opinions about him fighting Jake Paul to take it back a week and a half. I mean, I was critical of that fight being signed, first of all, because I worried about the dangers for Jake Paul. He got his jaw broken at the end of the day, and kind of used the scars as a flag in his new moon. Delusionally optimistic, in his words, as he is about these things. So Anthony Joshua went to America a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, played the role which he needed to play, was very classy.
Tyson Fury's reaction reflects both shock and concern over Anthony Joshua's harrowing accident, showing how seriously top fighters take incidents outside the ring. Fury's commentary goes beyond headline reactions, recognizing the emotional and psychological impact of near-death experiences on fighters. From a professional perspective, he also hints at broader implications, including the ongoing investigations involving the Paul brothers, emphasizing accountability and safety within the boxing ecosystem. Analysts would note that Fury's response highlights the community aspect of boxing, how fighters look out for each other beyond competition. His words reinforce the respect and solidarity that underpins the sport, reminding fans that Joshua's recovery is not just physical, but also mental, and the eyes of the boxing world remain fixed on him as he rebuilds strength and composure.
Christians, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, black, whites, Chineses, everybody on earth, this goes out to you. We are not divided. We are one peoples under God, united. That's what we are. Let no government, let no spokesperson, let no politician drive a wedge between humanity. Welcome your brothers and sisters as one. They are not your enemies. They are your brothers and sisters under God. We all came from Adam and Eve. In the beginning, everybody on earth. Remember that. Spread love, not hate. And spread peace, not war. All this talk of all the stuff that's going on, I mean all the political stuff, trying to drive a wedge between humanity and God's children. Let us not go down that path. We are one, united under God in Jesus.
After everything AJ has been through, the crash, the loss of his close friends, and the fight to survive, his resilience shines as a true testament to his strength both inside and outside the ring. The boxing world has rallied around him, showing support and solidarity, and now it's our turn to send him positive energy. Stay updated on every detail of his recovery, hear his first words from the hospital, and witness how a champion overcomes tragedy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest on Anthony Joshua's journey back to greatness.